I want to tell my black brothers out there, cops are assholes who they'll get someone I was talking about with Dr. Drew. They had Kelly, what's his name? The red-haired
Kelly Thomas,
schizophrenic guy.
What I do now.
They just beat him to death. They just beat him to death. And you go, why fire 12 shots? And it's like, why throw 180 punches? Because I threw one. Like, once they start throwing punches, the guy
floodgate
is on the ground screaming for his mom, screaming to stop, and they literally crushed his head with their fists over and over again. This guy's red-haired. I'm sure they got it in for the black folk, but they will happily jump on top of anyone and kill them with their fists. And at least if you're black, there's a context. Like, you can go, all right, the guy's racist, or you can perceive it as racist. But give a cop anything close to what he considers. It's really, with cops, I find, if you show them any disrespect, they don't have fly swatters with them. And that's the whole deal with cops is yes, sir, no, sir, sorry. I don't care how douchey they are. I don't care how out of line. I don't care how much bullshit it is. Just pure respect. Because the second you show them, and it's always been this way, and it shouldn't be this way, but this is the way it is. You disrespect cops, or they perceive disrespect, that's it. And it's bullshit, but that's the way it is. And somebody has to tell these guys they work for us. But it's hard to tell guys who have lowish IQs and guns who drive around all day that they work for you. I mean, we've all been pulled over and got a shitload of attitude and thought, Jesus Christ, man, I'm just a taxpayer here. What's with the attitude? But you start shooting attitude back at that guy, there's a good chance you're getting out of the car. And this whole notion, I was thinking about it, like, well, we need the police, we need the police to represent the community, blah, blah, blah. Well, you guys are women. Cops are men. You've probably been pulled over by 92% male cops, right?
100%.
Yeah, 100% male cops. And as a female, while technically not a minority, could be considered a minority, at least by our definition. So in a weird way, the ultimate minority that's getting pulled over is females, or dealing with cops is females. We all know about the male on female violence and all that kind of stuff. It's something.
It's never Olivia Benson. Maybe it's the wrong kind of crime.
Or Olivia Pope.
Right.
It's not. It's not going to go away. But I agree. It's a good conversation to have. But I've always think it's less racial and more that you take some of the dumber guys from your high school, you give them a badge, you give them a gun, you give them some attitude, and then you have them drive around. And if you then throw any attitude or resistance at all at those guys, they don't give you commensurate amounts back. That's the whole thing. They start beating on people. They start opening, and it becomes, by the way, once they get crazed, if there's more than one, they become like a pack of sharks that start biting each other. I mean, once they jump on one guy and start throwing punches, it's just this weird gang initiation mentality. They just open up.
You need to get a bite stick.
Yeah.
They don't stop each other. I mean, I live in New York, and there's been a ton of, issue and controversy around, like, choking, guys dying, like, with four
that
other
guy,
cops
down
around.
in Soho.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eric, it's just very sad because it's like, to your point, Adam, there's camera phones, there's, people are videotaping this and it's not stopping. You kind of would think maybe that would be a concern for these men and women, but particularly the male cops, that they're going to be like forever documented, but it just doesn't enter their minds.
Do they think they're above the law, or they're just not thinking in that moment?
I told you, once the switch gets thrown.
Things like this make you think they are above the law. That's the thing.